They said Ngozi was blind to love and deaf to advice. In the town of Arochukwu, everyone knew Chief Dyke as a wealthy, respected man whose words carried weight. When he asked Ngozi's parents for her hand in marriage, the entire compound celebrated. He had houses, cars, and influence. But Ngozi shocked everyone when she refused him and chose Kenechukwu instead, a quiet man who worked as a palm wine tapper and returned home each day smelling of sweat and dust. Her mother cried and begged her to reconsider. Her father warned her that love without money would destroy her future. But Ngozi said she had seen peace in Kenechukwu's eyes, and that was enough for her. The wedding was hurried and small, almost like it was done in shame. Some family members refused to attend. Others came only to gossip. People whispered that Ngozi would soon regret her decision. Kenechukwu smiled through it all, but inside he carried the weight of being the man everyone believed was not good enough. Marriage did not spare them. They lived in a mud house with cracked walls and a leaking roof. During the rainy season, they placed bowls on the floor to catch water. Ngozi sold vegetables in the market while Kenechukwu climbed tall trees every morning to tap palm wine. Some days he returned with little money, some days with none. On those nights, he apologized over and over, promising her that one day things would change. Ngozi always replied that she did not marry him for comfort. She married him for life. Trouble came when Chief Dyke returned. He began sending gifts to Ngozi's parents and visiting the village more often. People started whispering again. One afternoon, Kenechukwu overheard a conversation that shattered him. Someone said Ngozi made the wrong choice and could still correct her mistake. That night, fear entered his heart. He wondered if one day Ngozi would grow tired of suffering and leave him for a better life. The pressure broke him. Kenechukwu grew quiet and distant. One evening, after returning home drunk and angry at himself, he accused Ngozi of secretly regretting their marriage. Hurt by his words, Ngozi cried through the night. The next morning, she left the house and returned to her parents' compound, not to leave him, but to breathe. That was when destiny moved. While staying with her parents, Ngozi met a woman who noticed her business skills and encouraged her to join a cooperative for small traders. Ngozi learned how to save, reinvest, and expand her business. Slowly, her vegetable stall grew. She began supplying hotels. Meanwhile, Kenechukwu, alone and ashamed, decided he would not lose his marriage to poverty. He left the village for the city to work as a laborer, sending whatever little he earned back home. Years passed. When Ngozi and Kenechukwu met again, they were no longer the same people. Ngozi had built a thriving food supply business. Kenechukwu had learned construction skills and saved enough to start his own contracting work. They reunited not as broken lovers but as survivors who had grown separately and returned stronger. On the day they built their first real house together, the entire village gathered. The same people who mocked their marriage now praised their patience. Chief Dyke attended quietly, watching from a distance. Ngozi's father held Kenechukwu's hands and apologized for doubting him. Ngozi looked at her husband and smiled, knowing their love had survived poverty, pride, and pressure. And in Arochukwu, their story became a reminder that betrayal does not always come from outsiders. Sometimes it comes from fear, and destiny rewards those who choose growth instead of giving up.